Welcome back to Module 4. In the first three modules, we have touched on the first five chains. We started by introducing what mental chains are, and we've touched on five of these mental chains. There's four more to go, so stick with me here. Chain 6 is that space where you go, I want to do this, but now the but could be anything, but it is not positive. It is anything except anything positive. Oh, I want to do this, but I'm scared. I want to do this, but I don't know. I want to do this, but well, it's just the way things are looking. You always make an excuse. So that is the mental chain that we're going to address today, and it is what I call uncertainty. That's where you have fear or anxiety about your unknown future, and then it leaves you with indecision and inaction. Remember the mental trap from day one? Yeah, this is where it really plays. Because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You're not God. You're not supposed to know the future. Otherwise, what would be the point of you going through all of this stress? Imagine if I knew where I was going to be. Maybe I was going to be in the UK by tomorrow. I won't go through all of this stress now. But uncertainty is that feeling, it's that mental chain. You don't remember, mental chains are felt, they're not seen. They're very invincible, but they're very powerful. Uncertainty is that phase where you're struggling to make a decision or take an action. Remember the story I gave yesterday during module 1 class when I said I was working with this startup that was not paying me and I needed to leave, but I didn't know how. I couldn't bring myself to make that decision. Yeah, I was there in that space of uncertainty. I knew I had to get out, but I was afraid. Oh, what if I don't find another role? What if I don't find another job? Who's going to hire me with the level of skill that I have? I was barely 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months. Oh, you need at least a year for someone to be able to say, oh, you really know this. But what if I don't even know it that much? That's where I was. I was depressed. I went into severe depression. I'd cry myself to sleep. I'd wake up angry, angry at myself, angry at the world, knowing that I know I need better. I know that I need better, but I cannot bring myself to go for that better because I was afraid of what I was not sure of. I was afraid of what I do not know. And many of us are here. The devil, you know. This is very similar to familiarity complex, except that sometimes it is not that you're staying back because this is a very comfortable space. You're only staying back because you are afraid of what's going to happen. Okay, so what if I quit this job that is being very toxic to my mental health? Very recently, I found myself in this space again. And you would think that I should know better, but I didn't know when I got in here. I had this gig that wasn't paying me so much. It was teaching me a lot, but it was really tasking on my mental health. That is, the person I was working with could just call at random times. Sometimes at night, 9 p.m., 8 p.m., even after I had defined that, okay, these are my working hours, okay, I'll try to make some adjustments to accommodate your time as well. Man, I was finding myself constantly scared of the weekdays. And I didn't want to quit because that money was money I had planned to do certain things, pay off my loans, use it for AWOF money. So it wasn't money that I could bank on. It was just money that I knew that okay, because this one is coming, I'm going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be able to splurge. That's what's the word in local parlance? You go say chop money. If you're not Nigerian, sorry, that's a local palace for where we say money that we have kept out for miscellaneous expenses. Yep, that's English. I had to take a decision. Every month I would tell myself, okay, once the man pays me this month, I'm going to leave. Once the man pays me this month, I'm going to leave. It got to a point where I told myself, you know what? I'm going to leave. And like, I'm actually going to leave. I was there, I was uncertain that if I leave that job, I would get another gig because it wasn't my day job. It was just a side hustle. But it was very tasking, was very mentally tasking on me. And funny enough, I didn't have to do much. It's just I have what they call telephonophobia, anxiety of calls. So once my phone rings, I panic first. I'm scared. I'm like, okay, who's calling? What do they want? Why don't you just send me a message? And I would prefer that you just send me a message because, ooh, I'm barely ever with my phone. And you could be calling for a million and one reasons, unless I'm leaving the house. If I'm in the house, which I am most of the time because I work fully remote, my phone could be anywhere. I know that if it rings, I can hear it, and I make sure it announces the caller so that I know, oh, if it says my husband, I need to check it. If it says my dad, my mom, my mother in law, my siblings, okay, this is probably something, this is a family, okay? Or maybe it's someone I have scheduled a meeting with and they're calling me, and maybe I lost track of time or I'm focused on something else. And I hear that, okay, Labaja is calling me, or maybe Miriam, or Sandra, or Steve, or Ben. I could say, oh yeah, it's just remind me. But to say random numbers, because when the number is unsaved on my phone, Siri just reads it out, tells you where it's calling from. For instance, if it's a US number, it tells you US or USA, and then it calls out the number. And I'm like, okay, who is this person? So this individual I was working with would always call me randomly. Sometimes I'm up till 10 p.m. because oh he couldn't make it throughout the day. He was nice. As an individual, he was nice, but working with him gave me the most restless weeks. So I knew that I had to step away from there because it was mental stress, it was anxiety for me, but I could not because again, his money was a wolf money and I needed a wolf money. Uncertainty can feel like something very familiar. Or what if things don't turn out the way I hope? Many people had to sell their land. Many people had to dump assets, resign from their jobs just to japa. What japa means in local palace, if you're not Nigerian, it means relocate from your country, from your home country to another place that's flowing with milk and honey, or another land that you think is flowing with milk and honey. And many of us know that we want to make such move. But what if I make the wrong choice? What if God doesn't want this for me? That's my own biggest check-in question. Is this God's plan for me? And it's okay to ask if this is God's plan for you. But you're asking from a place of I want to be sure, not because I am scared of what I will face there. Or what if I miss this opportunity? How do I know that this is the best decision to take? How do I know that I should quit this job? Sometimes you have to make a decision to quit that job before you get a new one because sometimes you need that space. And when I made that decision to leave that startup in 2022, that was October. I made the decision in September, but I stayed till about end of year. I took leave at November so that I could be paid, but I knew that I wasn't going back. In December, I knew we were going to close for the years, and fortunately for me, the company hibernated in December of 2022. So the first 3 months of 2023, I was jobless. Did I need that? Did I need a job? Yes. Did I need that space to also clear my head and not carry over aggression? Yes, I needed it. So I had to take that decision to quit that job that was stressing me, that was not paying me, that took me into depression, that made me anxious. I made the decision to quit that job that made me feel like an imposter, that made me feel very small, that made me feel inadequate. And I took uncertain steps. How do I know? How do I make this decision? I don't know. There was no bullet point to say, oh, I had to check A, B, and C. How do I know if that's the best option for me? I didn't know. I just knew that it was not, I didn't know that moving was going to be the best option or quitting without a job was the best option. But I knew that being in that space was not the best option for me. I was scared. I wanted more. I wanted better. And I prayed to God specifically. I want a fully remote job that pays me X amount of in salary, that is a safe place for me that I can work in, that has good culture. I was that specific. And then I got a job in March of that year, 2023, towards the ending. And it was everything I asked God for. Like God looked at me and said, you know what? Take every single thing that I asked God for. So it's okay to be uncertain, but sometimes you have to go into the dark to be able to find the switch to turn on the lights. You'd agree with me that when you're leaving the house in the morning, you turn off all electricals. But if you come back home at night and it's dark, you have to walk into that darkness to get to the switch and turn on the light. Now, say it's your house, you're familiar with where the switch is, but say it is not your house. You still will have to go into the dark, find your way, grapple and look for a device that can turn on maybe a torchlight or your phone, and then find the switch and turn on the light. Do that with your career. That is what uncertainty is. Going into the dark. That's what uncertainty is. And there's always a way out of every problem. Like I said, we're going to find ways out of each of these chains. For uncertainty, this is how you can come out of it. I always begin with practicing self compassion and forgiveness because you're not the first, you're not the last, you're not the only. Take your mind away from things that are not within your power. Focus on what you can control. Deeply focus on what you can control. Build yourself a flexible mindset. What does that mean? You need to understand that life is unpredictable. And one very unique characteristics of living things, remember Mr. Niger DA, Mr. Niger Da, the only A in that word is adaptability. So if you work with an agile mindset, if you work with a flexible mindset, where you know that things will not always be black or white, there could be colors. And sometimes you need to sort through those colors to find yours. Again, break tasks into smaller things because when you break your big picture into smaller things, you can now make baby steps. Practice mindfulness. Live in the moment. Allow the future worry about itself. The Bible says in the book of Matthew, "There's sufficient until the day is the evil thereof." Every day has its own evil. There is enough evil for one day. Don't worry about the future. Worry about how to move from today. And why worry at all in the first place? When the one who planted you here has given you a map, all you have to do is ask for help. Hey, daddy, I'm about to do this. I need a job. I need to leave this place. I don't know how. I need a job that pays me twice my current salary. I need a job where my current salary is my tithe. And trust God to bring it your way. If it doesn't come to you, then it means you're not ready to carry that burden, to carry that level of responsibility. So live in the moment. Okay, I will prepare myself for when I am ready to carry that responsibility. There's a reason your body goes into puberty because your body prepares you for parenthood. Your body prepares you for maturity. That's what practicing mindfulness does. Don't worry about, oh, when will I start having my first period? Or don't worry about when you will have those morning sicknesses when you're pregnant. What does it feel like? Don't worry about how much house rent will cost when you're still living with your parents and you're not ready to move out. You're not making plans to move out. Why do you want to worry about that? Have you seen how children live with adults, particularly their parents? They're so present. They're so in the today. They don't care. Tomorrow is going to come, it's going to sort itself, and another tomorrow will come, and another tomorrow will come. You need to accept that uncertainty is a part of life. Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace it for growth. Okay, I don't know what is ahead of me, but I'm going to take it. I want to take part of this. I'm going to step into it with an open mind, with an open heart, so that I can learn, unlearn, and relearn. When you have set your goals and you've broken them into smaller steps, you can take small steps towards exploring your options. You want to relocate from your home country. Okay, what do you have? What skill set do you have? What countries can accept your skill set? What countries can you go to based on finance? What are your options? What documents do you need for each country? Don't sit down and say, oh, everybody's going to Canada, everybody's going to US, everybody's going to the UK, so I have to follow the bandwagon. How about you think outside the box? Where is everybody not going to? Why are they not going there? How can I tap the potentials there? People say there are no jobs in Nigeria today. Pardon me, I'm a Nigerian in Nigeria. People say there are no jobs in Nigeria today, but I beg to differ. There are a million and one jobs. You're either not looking or you're not positioned. So if you're looking to get that promotion, that senior role, what is standing in the gap for you? And tomorrow we will talk in depthly about your skills gap anxiety, about your skills and the gaps. But for now, live in the moment. Try to identify, where do I need to be? What do I need to do to get there? What information, what resources do I have at my disposal that would help me get there? What resources do I need to be looking for? Is it a gift of people? Is it network? Is it access? Is it PDF materials? Are there ebooks? Are there videos? Are there podcasts that I need to listen to? Don't just surround yourself and be mindlessly scrolling through Instagram and YouTube. It's okay to give your brain pauses once in a while so that you can refresh, like I do on Sundays. On Sundays, I try to not do anything. I'm just going to binge the whole day because I want my brain to relax. I do so much already. My brain is already overworking. Again, like I would always say, you need a career coach or a mentor. And you want somebody who knows what they're doing, who has possibly lived through your experiences, so that they can tell you from a place, they can understand how you feel, they can wear your shoes. You don't want someone who's going to give you ChatGPT response or theoretical responses. Seek out a career coach like me, a career clarity coach, because nobody can actually make a career decision for you. What I'm going to do is help you find out, where do you lie, what chains are holding you back. Let's make practical steps. Let's build your roadmap around this. Because truthfully, irrespective of how willing anybody is to help you, if you don't help yourself, there is nothing anybody can do about that. My time is fast spent, and I hope that I have driven home the point on on uncertainty. So I'm going to move over to the next chain, which is chain 7. I don't know it that much. Does this sound like you? As you're watching this, if there's a chain that resonates with you, write it in the comments. Chain this, chain that. It's okay to be familiar or see yourself in more than one chain. It's okay to be bound by more than one chain. But all of it can be broken with intentionality, time, and the right guidance. I don't know it that much is a change that many young professionals see themselves in today. Who was ever born knowing it that much? Nobody. You don't know it that much, so learn. That's why there are trainings, that's why there are boot camps. That is why you're in this boot camp. Register on a course with BAMS Academy if BAMS Academy offers a course you're looking for. Talk to a career coach. Oh, I need help in this aspect. You cannot know it by running away from knowing it. It is not in your place to do that. Chain 7 is what I refer to as the feelings of insufficiency. You think you are not enough. You think you don't have the ability to succeed. All of these feelings, they hold you back from pursuing your goals. Why do you think you're not good enough? For who? On whose standard? Again, I will always ask you, what is the yardstick? Sometimes when these things come to you, you should ask, what is the yardstick? Who is measuring? How are they measuring? Excuse me. You are good enough for whatever level you are in. You're good enough for whatever you have told yourself you're good enough for. And if you think you're not enough, you need to shake it up and shake it off. Insufficiency feels like, what if I don't have enough to succeed? What if I don't have enough money to jackpot? What if I don't have enough skills to get started? What if I don't know this so much to um apply for that role? What if I can't do this because I'm not capable? What if I'm unprepared? What if I'm not? How will I ever catch up? Those are insufficiency. And you need to get out of it by identifying your inner critic. What is that voice? What is triggering you? What is that voice that is saying to you, oh, you are not enough? How dare it? You need to be able to tell where it's coming from, what it's saying to you, who is saying what to you. Identifying your inner critic is recognizing that voice that's telling you that you're not enough. Is this your voice? Is this society's? Is it a voice from your past? Remember when I said something about your background or your relationship or your circle of friends? Silence that voice. What does enough look like? What is enough? Who's setting these KPIs and metrics? In Scrum, we have something called definition of done. How do you know when it is done? You want to set your own definition of done, not the society's. You need to realize that being enough, in quotes, does not mean perfect. Being enough means I'm present, I'm growing, I'm realizing that I'm growing, and I'm showing up to grow. That is what being perfect means. Do you want to keep a success jar or a brag book? You've heard people talk about a brag file, a brag folder, a brag book. When someone comments you on something, put it there. If you did something successfully, write it on a sticky note, drop it inside a jar. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Maybe throw it into your closet. Or look for one of these tins of biscuits, biscuit tins. Or cartons. Maybe you bought an item, you bought a shoe and it comes with a carton. Just drop it there. When you're having a bad day, go and read your success jar. Read the things in your brag book. Document your compliments, your wins, your progress. I did this. Sometimes you don't see it as a win until you come back, until you're retrospecting. And you're like, oh, I really did this. That was me. You want to remind yourself of the things you've already achieved. Go from the mindset of I should have done this, I should have been here, I should have graduated by now. It hurts you. Go to a mindset of I'm learning to be I'm learning to be available, I'm learning to speak more, I'm learning to communicate better, I'm learning to be a better human, I'm learning to be a better friend. I am learning, I'm not there yet. Familiarize yourself with the word YET. Yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not married yet, but I will be. I've not got that promotion yet, but I'll get it. I don't have the certification yet, but I'll get it. Because the moment you put yet at the end of that sentence, it tells you there's a chance for you to move higher. There's always a chance to do better. So be compassionate towards yourself. Stop comparing. Social media is a highlight reel, something staged. It is not the full story. You go through those 5 seconds reel or 20 seconds video and you're like, oh wow, they've got it all together. No, they don't. That's what they want you to see. Are you there when they cry and argue and shout and throw things? Focus on your progress, not perfection. You're not behind, you're on your journey. Say that to yourself. I am not behind, I am on my journey. You are not behind, you are on your journey. You need to take action. Whether you feel like it or not, take action anyways. Because confidence often follows actions, not the other way around. Action doesn't follow confidence. You have confidence when you act. Because the more you put yourself out there to do something, the more you build confidence. Okay, I'm actually getting better at this thing. You're more confident to talk about it. I teach business analysis. I am a business analyst tutor and a coach. I teach business analysis. It teaches me back. That habit of teaching builds my confidence in my knowledge. If you're waiting to feel ready before you get started, you will never be ready. Start now, here, where you are, with what you have. If you're waiting till you buy all the ring lights and all the content creation items, you will never get it and you will never build that content. But if you start now, you realize that, oh, my microphone is not clear. I need to get a mic. Then you buy a mic. Then you realize that, oh, this lighting is not good. I need to buy light. Then you maybe buy with a mini influencer light. Then you maybe start with a mini influencer light. Then you go into a ring light. Oh, I need to buy a stand. I need to buy a phone stand. So I'm not holding my phone in my hand. Then you buy a phone stand. Little by little, you're building your portfolio. Your project is getting bigger. You start with one step because you will never feel ready. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to wait until I feel like making money. You'll never feel like making money, but your bills will need to be paid. It's like you saying, oh, I'm going to wait until I feel like actually going to work or until I feel like working. You will never be ready to work. You will never feel ready to work. You also want to surround yourself with people that affirm and support you and challenge you to grow, not challenge you to ask yourself questions that bring you down. Find your tribe. Don't shrink yourself to fit in. Find your tribe. Surround yourself with builders. People that are on their journey, people that know where they're going to and are motivated to go there. Follow that drive because energy is contagious. Follow that drive. Affirm your worth daily. I'm worthy of good things. I have value. Even when I don't feel like it, I have value. Ask yourself, what do you bring to the table that's different from others? What are others bringing? Then what am I bringing? What do I have? Everybody has something to teach you. You have something to teach everybody. Everyone has something to teach. That's including you. Everybody's a teacher in this life. You can't know it all. No man is an island of knowledge. If you are, you'll be dead. Everyone has something to teach. So never tell yourself, oh, I don't know it so much to teach. You do. You do. That little you know, teach it. Somebody will find light in it. Somebody will get an aha moment. It's going to be a light bulb moment for someone. And then you get better. Because you're teaching it, you're constantly measuring your own knowledge gaps, then you get better. Now, if your feeling of inadequacy or insufficiency is rooted in your past trauma or rejection, you want to detach from it. You want to heal. Don't just be motivated, heal. Take time off. If you need to detach and heal, heal. Ultimately, don't be afraid to seek counseling or coaching. Like I always say, you need to speak to somebody. Speak to someone. If it's a psychological thing, speak to a therapist. If it's emotional, speak to a therapist. If it's maybe speak to your pastor, go for counseling. If it's career, speak to Lady B. I didn't go through all of those life experiences to just model them up. I went through all of those so that I could help you come out of it. I hope this is sinking in you, and I'll see you in the last module of this course.